Traffic jam, the bane of many commuters on Accra, Tema and Nsawam roads. The situation has worsened following months of dormant Nsawam, Accra and Tema, Accra railway lines.
If you Accra, traffic need too much. If you especially if you do Kukasuko Ofanko barrier, traffic need too much. In Tema into me the in doing them, and they bounce so from Ofanko to Because I don't say too much in Tema into me the end doing them. Bit me the best say 2 hours, 1 hour crowd. I won't then be out here then. Okay.
Is it in Wahank? A bit my said, yeah, a 2 quine back track, a bit my boy, because a lot of feno, I am.
Aside dealing with traffic on roads, data shows that more accidents occur when commuting with vehicles as compared to rail transport. In 2017, over 8,000 motor accidents occurred in the Greater Accra region, while the national outlook was over 20,000. In January 2018, 68 people died as a result of motor accidents, according to the Motor Traffic and Transport Department. In spite of the worsening carnage on the roads, little attention is given to a much safer means of transportation, the railway sector. GH1 News expose in June 2017 showed the bad state of the Nsawam Accra rail tracks and the train coaches.
The balance in me, I should say, be the train, I should say, be photos. You see, some places be the train led don't do this properly.
The situation was overlooked by authorities until an Accra-bound train from Tema derailed at Tesano in September 2017.
Because normally derailments, it makes sense that it's normally the front that derails. In this instance, it is the rear. The front and the middle have passed safely, and it's the rear that is upended. So this is something for the investigators to look into.
The train derailment was to serve as a wake-up call on authorities to fix the deplorable nature of rail tracks and passenger coaches. Both the Tema Accra and the Nsawam Accra trains have since stopped commuting passengers. Emmanuel Tay was the driver behind the steering wheel when the Tema Accra coach derailed at Tesano. He has not been working almost 8 months after the accident.
I'm not that feel free because you go and sit down and come back. And more about it, we are losing the experience that even having. We are losing the experience. We don't go out station again, over time, but that is the only difference about it, since we are not doing any extra work.
Emmanuel is not certain when he will have his job back, as information from authorities is scanty. He takes me to where the train coaches are being kept. These passenger coaches, which commute on the Accra and Nsawam tracks, were brought in the country in 1986. That makes the coaches 32 years old. These rickety coaches, which put the lives of hundreds of Ghanaians in danger whenever they are used to commute them from Accra to Nsawam and back, are undergoing repair works, and it's expected that when these repair works are done, these coaches will be back on the tracks. Some of the coaches have gone through a series of rehabilitation over the years, yet authorities believe it is still fit to go back on the tracks. Parts of the coaches are being kept here at the railway workshop in Tema. Engineers say there are no spare parts to repair the damaged coaches.
We are waiting for some parts. There are no parts for the spoiled parts. We are still waiting for the spoiled parts.
How long would it take for the parts to arrive?
That one I can't tell unless you ask my senior men. Those are in Takrady.
These electronic trains, worth $23 million, commissioned by late President Atta Mills in 2010, have been parked at the trip shed. It follows the derailment of one of the coaches at Tesano in September 2017. The train coaches have not undergone routine checks for 5 months now due to lack of diesel. Engineers say this situation, if not rectified, will render the passenger coaches useless in the long term. Meanwhile, the train station at Tema is now being occupied by squatters while the station in Nsawam continues to deteriorate. Checks at the Nsawam train station shows that no repair works have started on the rail lines, which are in a very bad condition. Now, there is also no indication when the repair works will start, although the trains here were grounded about 5 months ago. Residents are complaining bitterly about the situation.
Only the baby brain because a train here juma ye kokroma kofanioma e na ye nyanu easy just say ufa car free e kwakra we in and out here 10 cities but so ufu trainer omuji 2 cities no crampo no nioma no e bi omaji wa 1 city but say sia ukura nioma na free na ukwakra kra ube free kroma ban kwa wase be 20 Ghana nti train no enye juma ni die I am baby.
According to experts, Ghana needs $10 billion to execute a railway master plan. While it struggles to revamp the Nsawam Accra railway line, efforts are being made to establish the Accra-Ouagadougou railway network.
The master plan is being reviewed to make sure that the train line takes into account the new economic developments that are taking place. So yes, there's a policy. The policy is to build 4,000 kilometers of rail within a certain period of time. The master plan said that this will be completed by 2047.
The railway sector in Ghana remains underdeveloped, more than a century after operations began in 1898 in the western regional town of Sekondi. Out of the 947-kilometer track length of railway line the country could boast of, only 130 kilometers is operational, providing freight and passenger services. The Sustainable Development Goal 11 charges countries to provide access to safe and sustainable transport systems for all by 2030. Ghana's rail transport system, if not revamped, may not achieve this goal. Nabil Ahmed Rufai, GH1 News.